The Courier Mail splash. This is a big story, Christy. Of course, Queensland plunged into darkness in the last 6 hours. Moonlight State, or last 9 hours actually, I think it happened around 2-ish. Moonlight State, blaze at power station, pulls the plug on hundreds of thousands across Queensland, and it might not yet be over. Queenslanders face rolling blackouts in the wake of the worst electricity outage since the infamous 85 electrical union strikes. The nation's electricity manager revealed late last night that while extra generation brought online from other power stations in Queensland and New South Wales had put us in a good position to meet demand, further blackouts could yet not be ruled out. Christy, there's a fairly blinding and obvious question that I'm going to put to you tonight, and that is, if this particular power station, you know, has gone down, and it has, and obviously there'll be an investigation into how this happened, it supplies about 25% of the grid, of the Queensland power grid. How are we going to cope when these are phased out over the next... What's the target? 2050. I mean, I worry that, you know, we are going to have, with renewables, and I'm happy to be proven wrong, but with renewables, we are going to have repetitions of this, because 85% of our power right now is derived from coal-fired power stations.
Well, there's nothing wrong with supplementing baseload power with the acceleration of the commercialisation of renewable power. And we like to use a term in government called technology agnostic, which means we're not going to make policies that preference one technology over the other, but we are going to make policies that preference Australia having reliable baseload power. And if that is interpreted by some elements of the media and by some stakeholders as being anti-renewable, well, so be it, because the country needs reliable baseload power that renewable energy does not yet command a supply channel to do so for the industry needs of this country. It is fantastic to have it accelerated. We should commercialise it as much as possible. However, it does not replace the baseload power needs that we have. And why, in a commodity minerals-rich state such as Queensland, are we seeing reports of power blackouts, Gleeson? No other country in the world would have the resources available to it that Queensland has and face power blackouts.
It's a very good question. It is a very good question, and I'm sure we will get answers in coming days, because 400,000 people were left without power this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Now, that's about 7-8% of the entire population. There were shopping centres plunged into darkness.